Hello, everybody. Happy 3 at 9 on this Monday.
Yes. Good to be with you.
Yes, that weekend flew by.
I know. And we had our first alert weather extra show today at 6:30, which is something new that we'll be bringing you every night at 6:30, where Chief Meteorologist Mark Dixon and Meteorologist Mike Slifer will be giving an extra 30 minutes to go in depth on all things weather. So this is really cool. If you love the weather or you just want to learn a little bit more, they can only fit so much into their 2-minute weathercast.
Yeah.
So this is really cool. It allows them to get into all the nerdy, nitty-gritty stuff that you might not get to in like 5 p.m. newscast.
Yes, and it really kind of gives you an idea of the data that they look at and the research that they do when they formulate these forecasts. They also have some really helpful things, especially like Jill Gilardi. She has a lot of helpful things that you can do for the animals this time of year, or why the ice has to be a certain thickness when you go out on it. Just all these things that affect our daily lives, affect all of us when we're outside, and also really gives you kind of a behind the curtains look at what the weather team does and how they do what they do. So it's interesting. I know they've been working so hard to get it on the air, and I hope you enjoy it as much as they've enjoyed putting it together for you at 6:30.
And it's cool too because we cover some of the national weather stories, like the big stories that maybe we can't get to across the nation and worldwide, really. So if something's happening in another country that's fascinating in terms of weather, we're going to dive into that as well. So
Absolutely.
It's pretty cool.
Yes. Of course, it's been a busy week of news. Ever since the shooting in Minneapolis involving an ICE agent and a woman of three, a mother of three, rather, Renee Good. So in light of the death of Renee Good, protests have been sparking across the country, including in Connecticut, and there are plans for more here in Connecticut in Hartford.
And Hartford police are investigating 3 crimes after an anti-ICE protest last week that was caught on camera. So Dylan Fearon is looking into that for us tonight.
Group hosting tomorrow's anti-ICE rally at the state capitol. She's confident the protest will be peaceful and won't lead to violence and chaos like last Thursday's rally outside the federal courthouse where ICE has a field office.
So our messaging is very strongly that we are a peaceful rally. We will have people looking out, and we have contacted Capitol Police as well as Hartford Police on this matter.
Hundreds were protesting Thursday, mostly peaceful, but Mayor Arunan Arulampalam admits there was a group of people that went around the courthouse and incited some unrest, clashing with suspected federal agents, leading to a hit and run, folks being pepper sprayed, and property damage to a van leaving the protest. Police are still investigating, trying to identify who was driving the van, who was pepper spraying the crowd, and who broke a van window.
Still reviewing evidence that comes in. Like any investigation, it takes time to try to ascertain the facts. At the same time, the Department of Homeland Security has not cooperated with us on any of the inquiries we've made, and so that's made it difficult.
Extremely difficult, according to Channel 3 law enforcement analyst and retired Lieutenant J. Paul Vance, who says it will be hard to identify the suspected federal agents if Homeland Security won't cooperate.
That complicates the issue that much more. You need cooperation between the local officials and the federal government to determine if a crime was committed, if an arrest needs to be made. That can't happen without complete cooperation between the two agencies.
The rallies in Hartford come just days after an ICE agent shot and killed Renee Good in Minneapolis. President Trump and the Department of Homeland Security say the shooting was in self-defense, that Good was obstructing ICE agents that day, that she was an agitator and nearly ran over the ICE agent who shot her.
Propaganda. It's just the multiple angles show for themselves, and even if, I believe, if she had been obstructing what they were doing, that does not call for someone to be murdered. That's just wrong. It's not okay.
We've got to show that we are better than the chaos coming out of Washington, D.C.
All right, so we'll continue to have more on that for you. Also talking about flu and COVID concerns. This is a very severe year, unfortunately, and doctors are saying we are not through the worst of it by any means. So that's a little bit alarming. And I feel like anyone you talk to, it's like, they're like, oh, my family's sick, or I know this person's sick.
Yeah,
or
my neighbors just got it. It's going around the school. Yeah, definitely. And more people are wearing masks because of it. No one's advising you to do it, but it is a way to prevent the spread of viruses. So more people are masking. I'm sure you've noticed in the grocery store. I know I certainly have.
Yeah.
And you got to do all those things like wash your hands, try and, stay away from people who are coughing, like all the stuff that we learned during the pandemic, unfortunately.
I know.
Now, I will say this, even though flu cases are rampant right now, I know that we've reported in the last couple of weeks that the hospitalizations aren't higher. It's not like a very, it will make you very sick, this strain.
Yeah.
But so far, this strain hasn't sent like proportionately more people to the hospital. So that's good. But yeah, of course you don't want to get the flu or COVID.
Without a doubt.
Especially people with, compromised immune systems. And stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's Owen Kingsley's story from today.
Well, we all remember how prevalent these things were during the pandemic, but over the past several weeks, business owners say they're seeing a bit of a mask comeback.
A lot more masks. I see people distancing themselves from other people. That's what I see.
Masks are back at Jarjura's farm, a produce market in Waterbury, and it's not because of any mandate. Manager Jeffrey Hodger says he's noticed people taking extra steps to keep the germs at bay.
I think they're just on the side of caution. They see it on the news and they're just worried about being out in the public.
The store is also trying to keep customers like you safe. They've placed hand sanitizer at the door and paid extra close attention to their cleaning process in recent weeks.
Every night before they go home, they clean the whole store. It's from top to bottom. Tough business to be in and not to have them touch the produce. They definitely have to look at it and feel it and make sure they like it.
One thing no one wants to pick up is a virus, but it's happening at a historic rate. Doctors at St. Mary's Hospital are certainly seeing it.
It is 3 times as worse than it has been in the past compared to last year. And that's what we're dealing with on a day-to-day basis. 3 times as many patients, severity is up, vaccination is down.
Back at the grocery store, it's those spiking numbers that have shoppers like Shelley Wallace masking up.
Well, people are coughing and, touching things. So I don't know. I just feel comfortable. So just an added layer of protection.
Doctors say wearing a mask certainly is one way to protect yourself from the flu, along with getting your flu shot. Your reporter in Waterbury, I'm Owen Kingsley, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
All right. Well, this was a pretty interesting story today, I thought. And we know that Big Brother cameras are all over. When you leave your house, you have to realize when you're on certain streets, there's city cameras and other things. But now this is pretty interesting. Some grocery stores are using facial recognition, and they're putting signs outside of the store saying, listen, you're going to be on camera. They're doing this to hopefully cut down on theft.
Yes. And it's not just, first we reported on Stu Leonard's doing it, not in Connecticut, but in New York City. And now ShopRite is using it.
Yes.
And this is different from your typical surveillance camera that you're used to, because it's tracking your face.
Yes.
And what your face looks like.
So obviously some people are a little uncomfortable with that.
Yes. But it is there. I mean, so the question is this an invasion of privacy? Some people feel yes. Some people say, hey, this is their property. If that's what they want to do, you don't have to enter their property.
All right. So Susan Raff dove into this issue today, and we are going to bring you the latest on that from her.
You may not have seen them, but there are signs on the doors going into ShopRite here in Canton telling customers facial recognition technology is in use. That means there are cameras in the store taking pictures of you. Supermarkets are using these cameras for their security system to crack down on theft.
I'm one of those moms that runs in and out, and I didn't even take notice, but I guess it kind of concerns me. And my husband, we're very careful about what we put online.
Customers like Kelly want to know where that data is being stored and shared with.
It's everywhere, right? They use it in airports, it's coming to everything, I believe.
Wakefern, the company that owns ShopRite, tells us this technology is not used for any other purpose, that video footage is regularly deleted, never sold, and may be shared with law enforcement when a crime occurs. However, some lawmakers want more protections, such as consent from customers or that signs be posted.
So there's something about your overall understanding of privacy that you want behavior turned over and certainly sold without your consent to other companies.
Republican Senator Paul Ciccarella says this is a valuable tool for stores, but agrees there could be checks and balances.
And I understand it could be a concern, and we should address that, but we should not ban this tool altogether.
Wegmans also uses facial recognition. They recently opened a store in Norwalk.
Do you have a choice anymore? That's the problem. You don't have a choice. No matter where you go, it's their property. They're gonna do what they want.
All right, last thing here, 3 at 9. Last but certainly not least.
No, the good news.
This is great news, in fact.
Yeah, and they
we
broke
can't wait
records.
to show you
it's pretty
this.
cool. Look at all these bags. Look at everything in there. It's all teddy bears, and they were tossed at the Wolfpack game.
Yeah, so Saturday was their annual teddy bear toss, and this is actually the largest teddy bear toss in Wolfpack history. Basically, the goal prior, we were telling you about it last week, but it was as soon as they score their first goal, everyone attending the game brings a teddy bear, and then you throw it onto the ice. And they collected more than 8,500 teddy bears. Isn't that amazing?
Yes, and look at them. And they all go to Connecticut Children's. They're all donated to Connecticut Children's and Salvation Army. So they're going to find good homes. And obviously made a lot of work for the folks with People's Bakery.
I know. I mean, they can't even fit it all in that van.
I know.
It's just
pretty cool.
absolutely incredible.
Yes. So I love it. I love it. There's a unicorn, and I mean, so many teddy bears just ready
look
to
at that.
brighten
Wow.
kids' days. And this is what it's all about: is people come together, these community events, and everyone kind of working toward one goal of spreading kindness. I love that.
I know. It's so sweet. I hope this year it's great that it was the biggest year yet, and hopefully next year
Yeah, maybe we can hit.
they get
10,000.
even more. How about that?
More work.
That would be
Did
great.
you see the ice too? It was when.
Oh, it was covered.
It was. I was like,
Covered.
how are they even going to play again?
I know. They just scoop up all the bears.
Yeah,
I
like,
know.
do they have to get the Zamboni out? How does that
It's
work?
really sweet though.
I
It's
know.
a nice
Very cool.
fundraiser, and it'll definitely help a lot of kids. So it's really cute.
Absolutely. And when's your next Yukon special?
So our next Yukon special will be on Thursday.
Okay, good.
Thursday night at 6:30. That will be on the Wax and streaming on WFSB Plus. So
And remember, it's the home games.
yes, just the home games. 30 minutes before tip off, we got you covered.
Beautiful. All right.
All right.
Well, have a great night, everyone.
We'll see you for the Wax at 10 and Eyewitness News at 11. Take care, everyone.